Good morning, everybody. It's about 3 minutes before 6 o'clock, and chair yoga is going to start promptly at 6. So I hope to see you soon. I've got my AirPods in, so hopefully if somebody buzzes in to Zoom, I'll let you in the room. If there's any complication, well, I can't exactly give you instructions because you're not in the room yet. So anyway, I'm going to go sit and wait a couple more minutes for the 6 o'clock hour to hit. I have my morning coffee, so I am going to continue to drink my morning coffee until such time as 6 o'clock. All right, it's 6 a.m. I know that people have a busy day. I know that I'm working today. It's summertime here and warm. I normally sleep like a rock, but when it's hot like this, I rise early. I'll let the kitty into the bedroom. Hold on. When it's hot like this, boy, you wake up at strange times and then you stay awake. So in this room, in fact, with the window open, it's still pretty warm. So Monday mornings is chair yoga. Chair yoga is wonderful for starting to open up the body without a lot of stress on the body. In the morning, we're just trying to get into the day. And I don't know about all of you folks, but that is just not the time that I am awake enough or my body is alert enough to be doing any kind of vigorous exercise. I used to go running in the morning and I really honestly never liked it, especially because it would be dark outside. So yoga is a really great way to start the day, but a lot of times doing a lot of strength involvement yoga, vigorous yoga isn't very appealing first thing in the morning for a lot of people, but there may also be health reasons to choose to try to do chair yoga. It may be difficult for some people to stand and balance. The getting up and getting down, rising and falling can be difficult for somebody that has blood pressure issues such as POTS, people that have chronic pain, people that might be very stiff in the morning. Chair yoga might be good for them. Chair yoga is also excellent to put together office routines, and that's something we can do also in the future. So what I'm going to invite you to do, in fact, I'm going to take this, I'm going to leave this pillow on the chair and see how I like it. But what you always want is a solid chair. So not one that's going to slide across the room, one without arms. And when we do chair yoga, we don't usually take up the whole back of the chair. We usually will move our body forward and set our hips kind of near the front of the chair. I think today, to enjoy your viewing pleasure, I will sit diagonally. You can see I promote this every time I have a class. I have this fabulous round yoga mat that I teach on, and it has really made this at-home virtual studio experience really positive for me and positive for the viewers. So now that you have moved kind of forward in your chair, and the chair is supporting you, but you're supporting yourself with it, I want your feet flat on the floor in front of you. Maybe your feet are about 10 inches apart. So let's take a moment to get into the breath. You can close your eyes. You may leave them open. The choice is yours. But on the inhale, I want you to bring up your shoulders. And then I want you to bring your shoulders back down on your back, bringing your shoulder points together, widening your collarbones, moving your chest slightly forward, engaging all of your core muscles, your abdominal muscles, your side waist muscles. This is about as good of a posture as you'll ever achieve in life. But what I want you to focus on is growing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling as you pull your shoulders away from your ears and back down your spine. And just start to get into the breath. Concentrate on having an open energy channel from the root of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. And visualize moving your breath up and down the spine. Breathing through your nose. And out of your nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring our hands to heart center and bow our head. Take this moment to set an intention for this practice. Maybe set an intention for your day. Give yourself some kudos for rising early before the start of your day, to give back to yourself, to take this time to do some meditation, to do some movement, to do some body care, mind care, and soul care. Taking some me time. If you're a mama or a dad, you have a lot of demands on your time and on your energy. And you could have chosen this time to sleep in, get a little bit of extra snoozes in. You chose to spend this time doing this, and I thank you. Exhale and drop your hands to your legs. Let's lengthen some breath with movement. So keeping that length in your spine that we started with, I want you to inhale your hands all the way up to the ceiling. And then maintaining that length, exhale down, drawing your head up as you bring your hands down. Inhale up. Exhale down, widen the collarbones, widen the hands as you bring them down. Inhale, pulling the shoulder blades together on the back, shining the heart center. Look up at your hands as you rise them up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take your right arm and cross it over or hold on to your upper arm on the outside and pull your arm across your chest. Let's just stretch out the front of that shoulder in a very gentle way. Let's inhale together. Then exhale, drop that arm, reverse that. Take your right hand, place it on the outside of your left arm, your upper arm, and draw your arm across your chest, stretching out the outside of your left shoulder. And just enjoy that stretch. Wherever you feel tension, breathe into it. Because we're making this a stretch, try not to rotate your body into the stretch, but pull both of your shoulders back as you're pulling your arm across your chest. Now I want you to take your right hand overhead, bend your elbow, and pat your back. This can be your stretch, or you can take your left hand and gently pull upward on your elbow and back to stretch out the back of your arm. And again, just breathe into that. Let's switch arms. Take your left arm overhead, bend it and pat your back with your left hand. Take your right hand on your left elbow and pull your elbow backwards and up. You might find a difference from one side to the other. Honor those differences. Seek balance from one side of the body to the other. Let's inhale together. Exhale, drop your hands down. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Inhale your shoulders up and exhale them back down. Go ahead and repeat that a few times at your own pace. So we're circulating to the front, up to the ears, exhaling back down the spine. Inhaling up, and then exhaling back down. One more inhaling up. Let's reverse that. So inhale backwards up towards the ears and forward down. Inhale backwards and up, and then exhale forward and down. And then inhale backwards and up, and then exhale forward and down. Let's do that one more time. Take your hands out to the side and create a claw like you are opening a door with it. And just move your hands, swiveling them back and forth like you're turning the doorknob. And then let's create little circles with our arms. Backwards with those little circles. And then let's make bigger circles. Forward with your bigger circles. And then backwards with your bigger circles. Opening up the chest, feeling that nice freedom of movement. Yay! Okay, so let's now move into some modified Sun Salutations. So, like I said, we're doing everything from a seated position. In future chair yoga classes, we may choose to do it from a standing position, using the chair as a support. But today we're going to sit in the chair. So inhale your hands up, widen your legs. And on the exhale, I want you to lean forward. Keep your hands engaged, high up overhead, straight. Keep your back straight and move forward. And then allow your hands to descend to the floor. Feeling that great stretch in the lower back, drop your head. That's supported Uttanasana. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale all the way back down. And then inhale, bringing your hands up. Reverse the swan dive and bring your hands up to the ceiling. And then exhale down to prayer. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, then inhale your hands up. Hinge forward at the hips, hands out in front, and then descend all the way down to the floor. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, reaching your hands out to the side, reverse your swan dive, and go all the way up to the top. And then exhale your hands down to prayer. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale your hands down, then inhale your hands up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands way out in front, and then allow your hands to descend down to the floor. Dropping the head. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale down. And then on that next inhale, bring your hands out to the side using the strength of your back and your core. Rise your hands all the way up to the ceiling and then bring them down to heart center. So those were just half salutations. And now we're going to move on to Sun Salutations with a Chaturanga. So inhale your hands up. Exhale forward and down. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale down. Do what we call a downward facing dog. So take your feet out in front of you, legs straight. And then I want you to just rise up and create a V with your body. You might need to move forward on your chair to do this. And this is your downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, I want you to move your booty back, stretch out your legs, move your hands forward as if they're against the floor, pushing that imaginary floor that's perpendicular to the regular floor, pushing it away. Now I want you to bring your feet back flat on the floor, using your hands like you're pressing down on the floor. We're doing Chaturanga Dandasana. Pull your hands back. And then place your hands on your knees. Scoop your chest forward and up into what we might call upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. And then place your feet together and go ahead and inhale all the way up. And then exhale down into prayer pose. So that was our first one. Let's repeat that. Go ahead and widen your legs. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, reaching forward until your hands touch the floor. Drop your head. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse that swan dive, bringing your hands out to the side and all the way up. And then exhale back into that warrior. Back into that downward facing dog. And then place your feet together, drop to the floor. Let's pretend that we have a wall besides us and we are doing Chaturanga Dandasana. So we're lowering to the floor, then dropping. And then moving back into downward facing dog again. And then exhale, place your feet together. Raise your hands up to the sky. And then exhale, bring your hands down into prayer pose. That just really starts to open up the body, doesn't it? Now we're going to add on an element to our, I'm going to move this pillow, actually, it's starting to bother me. I'm going to add on an element to our Sun Salutation, where we're going to involve movement of the leg. So go ahead and widen your feet again. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive forward, place your hands on the floor, drop the head. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse that swan dive all the way up to the top. And then exhale, bring your hands to the center of your chest in prayer pose. Take your right leg, grab your knee, and pull it close to the chest. Now, if you'd like to increase your stretch with us a little bit, take your right foot if you want, and you can start to stretch it out in front of you. One more inhale. Exhale, drop that foot. Go ahead and place it on the floor. Inhale your hands up. Exhale your hands out to the side, hinging at the hips, dropping your belly in between your legs, head to the floor. Inhale into a flat back. Drop that head again. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale back into prayer. Grab your left leg. Pull your knee against the chest. Grab your left foot if that works for you, or you can keep grabbing your chest. And if you want, you can move towards straightening out your leg. You don't have to straighten your leg all the way. You may not have that movement in your hamstrings, but this is a nice beginner to your hamstring opening. Stand up tall. Don't round your back while you're holding your leg like this. Inhale. Exhale, bend that leg back down, drop it to the floor. Inhale your hands up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, dropping your belly between your wide legs. Drop your hands to the floor. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, drop that head. Inhale, flat back, swan dive, reverse swan dive, all the way up to the top. And then exhale, back into prayer pose. Inhale your hands up. Now we're going to do a modification of warrior one. So I want you to place your left or your right foot in the front, place your left foot out to the side, okay? And then bring your hands up to the ceiling. And concentrate on pulling your belly button against the spine, pulling your shoulder blades together. You have your right foot right in front of the chair, a 90-degree bend in your knee, 90 degrees, ankle to your shin, and your left foot is out to the side. And you're sitting on the edge of your chair. You might feel engagement of your right side. Inhale, reach your hands up. And then on the exhale, let's move backwards a little bit into our chair, and we're going to go into warrior two. So to go into warrior two now, your feet are pointed to the right. Your right foot is pointed to the right. Your left foot, the back of your foot is parallel. The razor edge foot is parallel to the mat. Bring your hands out to the side. And again, rise the chest up, pull the belly button in. And you're using the chair to support you, but you truly are in warrior two in this position. Your left leg is nice and straight behind you. You're using the muscles of your thighs to widen that area of your pelvis by pulling your right knee to the right, using the muscles of your buttocks and the outside of your legs engaged to open up your hips, pulling your shoulder blades together, widening the collarbones, keeping your hands up at shoulder height. Inhale. And then exhale, let's reverse that warrior. Reaching your hand to the ceiling, placing your left hand on your left thigh behind you, and just reaching, getting a beautiful stretch along the right side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, straighten out your arms. Place them on the chair as you kind of swivel your feet forward. And we'll go ahead and go through Sun Salutation again. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, dropping your belly between your legs, hands to the floor. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, drop that head. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And then exhale, hands to prayer pose. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Place your left foot in front of your chair, 90-degree angle of your knee, 90-degree angle of your ankle. Take your right leg, place it out to the side, and plant your foot beautifully and firmly on the floor. You are sitting on your sits bones on the front of your chair. Go ahead and bring your hands up overhead. Now in this position, engage the muscles of your left thigh. Engage the muscles of your right thigh. Pull your belly button into the spine. Engage your side body. Pulling your shoulders back and down away from your ears. Hands high up into the air. You're a warrior. This is a strength pose. This should make you feel powerful and strong. One more inhale. And on the exhale, bring your hands out to the side, swivel around on your chair so that we can go into Warrior Two. So you're taking your right leg, turning your back of your foot so it's parallel to the back of your mat. This one can be a little tricky for me because this chair is a little bit high, but you're using the muscles of your legs to widen at the pelvis, opening up the hips, engaging all these muscles on the back of the left side to pull your left knee to the left. Bring your hands up to shoulder height, pull your shoulder blades together. Keep all of those muscles of the core engaged, pulling your belly button in against the spine, engaging your side body muscles. Look out over your left hand just as you would if you were standing in Warrior Two. Strong, empowered. One more inhale. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Pulling your left hand all the way up to the ceiling. Resting your right hand on the back of your right leg. Reaching high. One more inhale together. Exhale, return your hands to Warrior Two form and then place them on the chair as you swivel to the front. Let's clean the slate again with a new Sun Salutation. Inhale your hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands at the hips as you drop your belly in between your legs. Hands to the floor, drop your head. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, drop your head again. Inhale your hands all the way up to the ceiling. And then exhale back into prayer pose. Now we are going to do a triangle, a version of triangle. So I want you to place your right foot in front of you, toes kind of pointing forward as your foot is flat on the floor. Take your left foot and place it, I would say at a bent angle, just kind of out to the side. You can have your toes against the chair if you want, but what I want you to do is actually twist your body to the side. So you're going to turn your seating orientation. Hands in Warrior Two position, and then just drop into your triangle. So what I want you to do is take your right hand. It's like the dials of a clock. Your right hand is 6 o'clock. Your left hand is 12 o'clock. Focus on stacking your left shoulder over your right shoulder. So your hand will actually drop on the outside of your leg. Fingers pointing towards the floor. Your left hand is pointing straight towards the ceiling. And then focus on pulling your left shoulder back to open up your chest. Triangle. You're working in this pose even though you're sitting in a chair. And as you breathe, create that Ujjayi breath where you constrict the back of the throat slightly. You're breathing in and out of your nose, but you're constricting the throat and you're creating a Darth Vader sound. Think of it like creating a letter H on the back of your throat. One more inhale. And then exhale, rise back into Warrior Two arms. Now let's do something really tricky. Let's try to reverse our triangle. So you might move back a little bit more in your chair. Okay, so we're still facing the side, but now we're going to turn to the front with our body, but keep our hips the way that they were. Place your left hand on top of your left thigh, and to the degree that you can, just twist your body. My dog knows that I'm awake. He's barking. So you're not trying to raise your right hand up to the ceiling. My right hand is facing the wall behind me, but I'm twisting, and I feel this twist along my right waist. And I'm pulling my head forward, the crown of my head forward to create extension in my spine. One more inhale, and then exhale, return that all back. Go ahead, bring your right foot in, face forward on your chair, Place your left foot in front. Turn your body to the right. So your left foot is still facing forward, but you've now got your right knee pointing to the right and you've turned your hips slightly, okay? So go ahead and bring your hands out to warrior two position, but your body is facing the right. So just imagine you were doing this pose standing. Your body would be facing one direction or the other, not forward. Inhale, grow your crown high to the sky. And on the exhale, allow the hands of your clock to drop. So 6 o'clock is your left hand and your right hand is 12 o'clock. Stack your right shoulder on top of your left shoulder. And then pull your right shoulder back. Drop as far as feels good to you. You can place your hand on your left thigh for support if you need that. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale together. And then exhale, return back to warrior two arms. Now we're going to do that tricky twist again. So turn your body to the front. Place your right hand on your left thigh, and then just focus on twisting your body away as if you're doing reverse triangle. You might find you can twist more on one side than the other. You might find your arm does different things on one side versus the other. Honor those changes. Find your edge without creating pain. So you want to create that challenge, but you don't want to create pain. One more inhale, and then exhale. Let's return our body back to that normal position and wipe the slate clean again with another Sun Salutation. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward in between the legs, hands to the floor, drop the head. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, head down, drop the crown of the head. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale into prayer pose. So let's work on some exercises that encourage strength of the thighs themselves. So you can have your hands on the chair, you can place them gently on the top of your thighs. I want you to pick up your right leg and just hold it in front of you. So we're sitting basically in a one-legged staff pose. And the challenge of this pose is that you're holding your leg off the chair, parallel to the floor, toes pointed towards the ceiling, rather. Pull your shoulders back, sit up tall, engage all of your core muscles. Create space between your ears and your shoulders as you hold this pose. You may feel that your leg is screaming at you a little bit. That's okay if it shakes and you have a little bit of pain. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, drop your leg. Massage your thigh. Felt like it worked a little bit. I know I felt like it really concentrated the energy just on these muscles on the top of the right thigh. So just all those muscles right on the top and slightly to the outside. Pretty killer there, huh? So now we're going to do it the same side, or same action, other side. Easier this time because you know what to expect, right? So inhale your crown of your head high, pulling your chest center up. Lift up that leg straight in front of you. Again, it's off the chair, parallel to the floor, toes pointed towards the ceiling. Breathe in and out 3 or 4 times. Remember, you're sitting up tall, don't round your back. One more inhale. Exhale, drop that leg and massage your muscle if you feel like you need to. Now, let's be real tricky. And remember earlier, we lifted up our foot. Let's do that again from a sitting position. So go ahead and grab your right foot, pull it up against your chest, and just get used to that. And then inhale, move your foot forward, Place your left hand on your left hip. Pull your right shoulder back. Just concentrate on that action of pulling the right shoulder back while you're holding your right foot. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. When we exhale, move your foot out to the side as far as you find you're able to and still maintain your posture. So when we're sitting, we may not have the space to move as far as we want, but you're still really working this leg. Straighten it as much as you're able to encourage a nice stretch along the back of your hamstring. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring your foot to the center. Grab your ankle if you can and rise it as high as you can, keeping your back straight. If you want, you can curl towards your shin, pulling your head towards your shin, but concentrate on keeping your spine long. Inhale, and then exhale, drop your leg down. Woo! Isn't this great? Go ahead on the inhale and bring your left foot up to the chest. Take the outside edge of your left foot and straighten out your foot, pulling your left shoulder back into the socket. Again, maintaining proper alignment. I'll show you what my spine looks like. See how nice and straight my spine is? That is the kind of alignment that you are seeking. Inhale. Exhale, bring it out to the side to the degree that you can. Remember again to rise the chest up, keep the back strong and straight, pulling the belly button up against the spine, pulling your shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades down on the back. Use the engagement of the outside of your left hip to pull that leg out, not just muscling it with your hands. You might find one side is easier than the other. I find my left side is easier. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring that foot to the center. Grab your ankle and lift your leg as high as is available to you. Inhale. Now on the exhale, start to move your head towards your shin. But don't round your back, keeping your back nice and tall. Working on bringing the leg to you and not your body to the leg. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, drop that all back down. So we're going to go into eagle pose today. Eagle pose is a great standing pose. Normally we do it, it's like a one-legged chair with your right leg wrapped around your left leg and vice versa. So today we're just going to repeat that leg motion, but we're already sitting in a chair. So you're sitting forward on the front of your chair. Both of your sits bones are in firm contact with the base of the chair. Take your right leg and cross it over your left. And if available to you, hook your toes around your calf muscle. So these are the legs of eagle eye or eagle pose. Then I want you to take your right arm, run it underneath your left arm, wrap your hands or wrap your forearms so that your hands can come together. So this is how it looks from the side. And let me tell you, this is what it also looks like when you're standing. So it's wonderful. So what I want you to do is lift your elbows up, straighten out the spine, grow your crown high to the ceiling. And this provides you with an opportunity to stretch out all of those muscles on the back of the shoulders. Inhale. And then go ahead and descend towards your legs with your body. This is like a humble eagle. This is a wonderful meditative pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale very gently, unfold your arms, unfold your legs. Let's reverse that. Take your left leg, wrap it over your left. If it's available to you, clip your toes around your calf muscle. If it's not available, you can just leave your toes pointing down. But what I want you to really do is engage those toes and point them down and lift your thigh up so that it is all very much engaged. I don't want you to just sit casually cross-legged. I want this to be an active pose. But I'm going to go ahead and clip my left toes around my right calf. So now my toes are on the inside of my right ankle. Okay, taking my left hand, swinging it underneath my right hand. Okay, and then twisting my forearm so that my hands are now meeting in the middle, kind of in a modified prayer. Pull your shoulders back, but pull your forearms forward and up. So pulling your elbows up as you pull your shoulders back. Keeping your back beautiful and straight. Growing the crown of your head long, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, let's make that a humble eagle. Bowing your eagle. Eagle is the great symbol of strength. But as you know, the eagle has outstanding vision. So it's also the symbol of focus. Fun fact about eagles, they can only mate in the sky. That's why breeding programs fail. Go ahead and rise your eagle up. So eagles also serve as a reminder that we must keep the environment such that they can survive in this world, because without that, we won't have eagles. Symbol of the great state of California. Inhale. Exhale, gently unfurl your arms, unfurl your legs. Let's go through Sun Salutation to climb the slate. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive forward. Dropping the belly between the legs, drop the head. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And then exhale back into prayer pose. Now we're going to do something else kind of fun called Gomukhasana, cow-faced pose. So normally with Gomukhasana, we would be on the floor, maybe sitting on a block, a pillow, or flat on the floor. And we would cross our legs over and stack our knees on top of each other. But let's just mimic that by doing the same thing we did with eagle eye, or with eagle pose, I'm sorry, and just have our feet be, have our legs be active while we cross it, okay? Then I want you to take your right hand up to the ceiling, pat your back with it, take your other hand, your left hand out to the side, turn it so that your palm is facing the wall behind you, bend your elbow, and bring that one up to grab the other hand. That may be available to you. This is cow-faced pose, Gomukhasana. And then go ahead and move into the back plane, keeping your back nice and straight, moving your head back in against your right forearm. If you can't grab your hands together, that's okay. You can have them separated. You could even use a strap or just grab your shirt. But I have the bind right now. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release your bind and then unravel your hands. Take your right foot off of your left. Put your left leg on top of your right. Again, an active cross-legged pose. Bring your left hand up to the ceiling and pat the top of your back. Take your right hand out to the side. Flip your palm so that it's facing the wall behind you, bend your elbow, and bring it up behind your back, up to join your left hand. Remember what I said to you about difference on each side? I have never been able to join my hands on the left side. So I just reach down as far as I can with my left hand and reach up as far as I can with my right hand and say it's got to be good enough. And then the same thing, I lean my head back against my right forearm, and I keep a beautiful straight posture, pulling my belly button in against the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, unravel those. Yay. And go ahead and pull your hands to heart center, unravel your legs. Take a moment to consider how you feel right now. Now we're going to do what we call pyramid pose. Pyramid pose normally is your feet placed apart so that your legs are in the shape of a triangle. And then we lean over or we fold over our right leg. So I want you to take your right leg out in front of you. You can take your left leg down if you want, or kind of against your left chair leg. Take your hands and place them in reverse prayer pose behind you. If you can't place your hands in prayer pose, such as you see here, you can put your fists together. That's an option. Or you can kind of shake your hands. Anything that keeps your hands behind you. Concentrate on pulling your shoulders back and down, right foot in front. Okay, and you might need to move forward more on your chair. Okay, and you can do anything you need to with your left leg to support you so that you can keep this alignment. And what I want you to do is keep your hips level with each other. So concentrate that movement of pulling your right hip back so that you don't just sink into that hip. I want you to grow your heart up to the ceiling. And then exhale, hinge at the hip, directing your alignment over your right leg. You can keep a micro bend in that right leg. This is an active, this is a strong pose, a pose of extension. Continue to work on pulling your shoulder points together on the back. And pulling your heart center forward at the same time. Two opposing forces I've just described to you there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release your reverse prayer. Change your foot position. So left foot out in front, toes on the floor, pointed forward. Both sit bones in firm contact with the chair. Go back into that reverse prayer again. Pulling your shoulder points behind you onto your back. If that's not available, like I said, you can just do fists. Okay, so inhale. And on the exhale, keeping your shoulder points together on your back, fold over your left leg. Keep moving your shoulder points together as you bring your heart center forward. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up. And then exhale, unravel. Whew, does not feel great. Now we're going to do some seated pigeon poses. Pigeon is wonderful for stretching out all the muscles on the outside of your thighs, the back of your hips, and your lower back. So take your right ankle and fold it over your left ankle. Okay. So initially, just focus on getting into this position. allowing your right knee to gently drop on its own, sitting nice and tall. Inhale. And then exhale. Go ahead and fold over your legs, moving your energy forward. So you're moving your heart centered forward as you move it down. Hang on to your left foot so it doesn't go anywhere. You might choose to support your foot and your ankle. Be aware of your edges. If you feel pain in your right knee, you can take your right hand and lift it up slightly, because that pain you feel in your knee can be because your right hip is not very open yet, and it takes time. A lot of times you have knee pain because it comes from the hip. People don't realize how connected all of our parts of our bodies are. Continuing to gently allow the body to fold over your left thigh, and just gently opening up, breathing into that space, breathing where you feel any sensation or tugging or pulling. And the more you allow your body to just unfold as it wants to, open up, soften the edges, the more it releases the fascia and brings that deep benefit. So you can get just as beneficial a stretch doing pigeon this way as you can on the floor. The only difference is we're not getting that stretch on the front of the other hip. Go ahead and use your inhale to rise up. Place your right foot on the floor. Take your left ankle and cross it over your right knee. Just sit here for a moment as you allow your hip to begin to open up gently. Sitting nice and tall. Always remember to sit nice and tall. Now on the inhale, hanging on to your right foot, supporting your right foot with your right, hanging on to your left foot with your right hand, supporting your left foot. Start to move forward over your right thigh. Pulling the heart center forward as you descend. Notice the difference you feel on this side compared to the other. Make adjustments as you need to accommodate whatever your sensations are. Try to treat each side equally so that we achieve balance. One more inhale together and an exhale. Inhale, rise up with a flat back. And then exhale, place your left foot on the floor gently. Oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but I have really stretched out those lower hip and back muscles. So now we're going to do some seated twists. So take your right foot, your right knee rather, cross it over your left knee. Point those toes to the floor and keep that right leg active. Place your right hand on the chair behind you. Rise your left hand up to the ceiling. And then on your exhale, keeping the length of your spine, I want you to start to twist. You can place your right or your left forearm on the outside of your left knee. You can place your hand on your knee, wherever you want to place your hand to encourage that twist. You can hang on to the back of your chair. You can place your hand on the bottom of the seat of the chair. Pulling your right shoulder back. Inhale for extension with the spine growing the crown to the ceiling. And then exhale, pulling that right shoulder back. Inhale, grow the spine long. Exhale, pull your right shoulder back. One more inhale. Exhale. As you unravel, take your right foot and pull it up against your chest. Now, holding your foot or your knee all against your chest, hugging it as tight as you can. Just turn over your right shoulder. Notice the sensations you feel. One more inhale. And then exhale, drop your right leg down. Now take your left leg, cross it over your right leg, but keep it active as we said before. Pointing your toes towards the floor. Take your left hand and place it behind your left hip. Take your right arm and place it on the outside of your right leg. And inhale your spine long. And then exhale, pull your left shoulder backwards. Inhale for extension. Exhale for the twist. Inhale for extension. Exhale, pulling your left shoulder back. One more inhale. And then exhale, twist. And now return your body to the forward motion, and then grab your left leg, hugging it all in against your chest. And then just look over your left shoulder and notice the sensations that you feel. One more inhale. And then exhale, drop your foot down. Go ahead and move further back into your chair. You don't have to sit all the way back against the back, but your legs taking up more of the seat of the chair. Sit up nice and tall. And I want to tell you my shoulder story so that you can use this when you're at your desk at work. Now, last year, I changed the bag that I was using to carry my computer. And I wasn't thinking about the danger of carrying a bag on your forearm. So when we carry something heavy on our forearm, we are pulling against all of those muscles on the back of the shoulder where it connects, where they connect to the spine. Now, our back is pretty strong, but with bad habits, we can really break down the tissues that can lead to serious injuries, such as bulging discs. And many people have bulging discs in their neck. One of the ways that we prevent that is by really strengthening all the muscles on the back. So I had been carrying this heavy computer bag with files on my forearm and did not realize the danger and the damage that I was causing. Until one day, I was having nerve pain up and down my arm to my elbow and to my wrist that I suspected was coming from my shoulder and from my neck. So I engaged in a lot of stretching, but I will tell you what really healed me. What really healed me was concentrating on pulling my shoulders down and back and growing my spine long all the time. And when typing at my keyboard, you're aiming for the ability to pull your elbows back against your waist and typing like this. So not reaching forward, but pulling back. One of the ways that we have so many neck and shoulder injuries in our country is the rounding of the shoulders and the kind of folding down at our desk. So we have to be very active sitters. So the way that you do that is you sit good and tall, bring your shoulders up to your ears and then back down, and then concentrate on creating as much space as you can between your shoulders and your ear. And just practice this throughout the day. It may feel unnatural right now to do this, but you are strengthening all those muscles. And if you concentrate on your shoulder blades in the back and pretend that there is a pencil between them, that you're pulling them together around that pencil to hold it in place, you will be strengthening all of those muscles. And trust me when I tell you, this is truly healing. I have no pain anymore. Just breathe into that space. Engaging those muscles of spine again, by pulling your shoulder blades together, pulling your shoulders down, rising your crown up, creating as much space in the spine as you can. Let me demonstrate for you what this looks like. See how good and straight the back is? So whenever you're feeling, I want you to raise your awareness throughout the day. Assess if your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears. Assess if they're rolling down. And then just bring them back. Rise the crown of your head up. Move your head into the back plane of your body. All those years that our mother told us to sit straight, she was right. Okay, let's do some neck rolls. Inhale. Exhale, drop your chin. Keep that same extension I just showed you. Roll to the right. Exhale as you roll to the left and back down. Continue that circle if it feels good to you. One more. Let's reverse that. Inhale to the left. When you arrive at the back, exhale to the right. Continue your circle. Rise your crown of the head up. And now we're going to take our final resting pose. This would often be called Shavasana, but I'm going to invite you to sit all the way back in your chair, resting your back against the back of your chair, allowing the back of the chair to support you. Still sitting up tall, but pushing your shoulders back into the chair, having your sits bones firmly in contact with the chair, moving your sacroiliac joints and your lower back into firm contact with the back of the chair. Pull your elbows back so that your elbow points are touching the back of the chair. And then just start to slow down your breathing. Although we were in chairs, you were working. And your whole body. Starting with the crown of your head. Inhale. And imagine the melting of all of your muscles descending all the way down. All the way to the floor. Imagine that all the muscles are heavy. You can't move them. They're being drawn downward. Drop your shoulders. Take time in this resting pose for about 3 minutes. And I will bring you back in with either my voice or chime. Inhale. Exhale. That was 3 chimes of the bell. We're signal to you to join us in the present moment. Allow your eyes to open. Welcome back. Inhale your hands overhead. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye, and then bring them back to heart center. I hope that this routine provides you with a beautiful start to your day. I very much enjoyed spending my time with you. Thank you for taking this time to engage in self-care and give back to you. And thank you for offering me the opportunity to do the same. Inhale. Exhale, bow your head. The yogi in me honors the yogi in you. My light joins with yours. Go out into the world. Live a day of purpose, of peace, of calm. Namaste.